has been 453 days since now 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his home in Hendersonville. His disappearance sparked national headlines, but now his father says the case is losing momentum. With National Missing Children's Day coming up on Sunday, he is raising his voice and demanding urgency. News 2's Caitlin.
I went and talked to neighbors, and every single one of them, every single one, welcomed me. And if they had video surveillance, they gave it to me. The only person that would not talk to me, as the only person that had something to hide and wouldn't talk to me. You know, she has a son that's hiding and waiting for somebody in the dark, late night on the 25th. And there needs to be some explaining for that. I'll just leave it at that.
That we are going to keep searching, we are going to keep looking, we are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value. It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
Because the investigation remains ongoing.
Yeah, I'm working on behalf of Sebastian. I am not, my client is Sebastian, and they're the guardians that have the ability to sign.
It just started. Hi Dad, I know this is gonna sound weird, but tomorrow's picture day. So could you send some decent clothes over to me so that I can wear the decent clothes and be handsome for my birthday with all decent clothes? Mom!
Because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
I don't understand that. What?
On right now, that is not something that I believe we're privy to at this point with law enforcement. I believe we're privy to.
I don't understand that. What?
I need you to change your words. I need you to change your words. Y'all didn't do shit.
Didn't do shit. Shit.
I
need you to change your words. I need you to change your words.
I believe we're privy to.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations about where it was, when it was, and how it was.
Didn't do shit. Shit.
I need you to change your words.
I believe we're privy to. I believe we're privy to.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversation
about where it was, when it was, and how it was.
We're privy to.
My truck?
Shit.
I believe we're privy to.
My truck?
Shit.
Conversation. My truck?
Privy to.
My truck?
I believe we're privy to.
Doesn't need to be in anybody's conversation.
I need you to change your words. I need you to change your words. Y'all didn't do shit.
Didn't do shit.
So let me tell you something.
My truck?
Shit.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversation.
Shit. Conversation. My truck? About where it was, when it was, and how it was.
I believe we're privy to.
Shit.
I own half.
Well.
I own half, my neighbors own half, period.
I just came from the TBI headquarters in Jackson, Mississippi.
I own half.
We were the videotapes and put pictures.
Privately owned property back
It is
there.
fucking posted all sides of that property.
I mean, the easement between houses is not usually...
I own it. I own half, my neighbors own half, period.
I believe we're privy to.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations
conversation. My truck, about where it was, when it was, and how it was. About where it was, when it was, and how it was. That is conversation. My truck.
I believe we're pervy too.
Knock that off, Chris. Jeez. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your evening, afternoon, wherever you're at, to watch the show. I promise you, we've got a big one. I hate saying that, but I promise you, we're going to drop some jaws tonight. 2 big reveals, actually. Man, some fishy stuff going on here. I have to give a huge thanks to Voices of Truth because they did some work behind the scenes. They kind of got this started. They did Carfax on the Brinks van that Katie uses. And obviously, we'll kind of recap that just a little bit, just so we can get an idea of where, they've been driving. I'm not going to mention all the places. I'm just going to focus on a couple, but we've got a new updated one because I was asked that when I had posted my live in the Facebook group. Some are wondering if this was just a repeat of what Voices of Truth did, which obviously was amazing. But they have now gotten a new update, and holy shit, it is nuts. And on top of that, we've got sightings, and where those sightings are at are absolutely crazy. And we've got pictures. So we got the proof, as Chris says, bringing the proof. So I hope you guys are ready. Please hit that like button so we can get this out here. Because, yeah, this is going to be a wild show. Oh, I appreciate that, Julie. Really, really appreciate it. Okay. So,
Chris.
What I'm going to play, just to kind of show you, so most of you guys know, and I covered it on my show as well the other day, not as in-depth as Voices of Truth, because I try not to take it, somebody's work and just completely play it all the way through. I don't like to do that because then, I like to take bits and pieces and then allow people to go and check out whoever, put that hard work in. But so back in, remind me, Cooper, hindsight, I think this is like January, February, right? So it was 3 months ago. So around February-ish or January, correct me, somewhere in there at the beginning of this year, is when they put the first Carfax report on the van. And it had been traveling out to California quite a bit. And then all of a sudden, there's a bunch of miles put on it. Well, not long after, I think this is one of the last times we have heard Chris and Katie on a channel. So it's January. Okay. Thank you, Coop. And in that same month of January, after they put that out, Chris and Katie go on Queen Bee, because I don't know if exactly the date of when Illuminati lost her channel. I don't know if it was at the end of the year or the beginning of this year. Someone can let me know. But so obviously now they go to Queen Bee. And so they're kind of joking about it. And so anyway, this will be very ironic as we move forward to the new report. But let's kind of recap, and then we will definitely drop some big bombshells. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about, while I play, this is about 3 minutes of that, just a couple of clips from their response after Voices of Truth had put out the report showing this van traveling out to Anaheim, California, and even showing up in El Cajun. I want to say Cajun, but I know that's not right. But I'll show you. Close to the border, which is really suspicious.
You ask Katie if she has my beach towel packs, please, for me to come visit her. And
So just to give you context, they're kind of joking about because the van's showing up in California quite a bit. And this was last year. The dates will pop up here in just a minute. But as we let this play, they're kind of joking about going to the beach and everything because they exposed where this van had been.
California.
Yes, I need. Oh yeah, can I get a ticket to Cali too? I forgot to ask.
So here is the report, the early report, starting from the beginning of when she acquired this van. And so you can see every time when it started getting serviced, it was Antoc. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. But in Tennessee, you can see the van, and it's putting on the typical. For every month, it's putting 2,000 to 3,000 miles. It looks like on average, but then that's going to change.
But you're already going. I sent it to you.
That's right. That's right.
You should have.
But this is at the, as you can see, as far as Tennessee goes, that was the first year that Sebastian was missing. But then when we get into last year, 2025, coming up on the summertime, notice the van starts traveling.
It's to ride in the van.
El Cajon. Cajon? I'm sorry. Antioch.
Well,
Antioch.
I'm here. I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
I'm fired up. I just been rolling it.
Queen, are you excited?
Yes, I am coming down. I'm going to Cali and hang out with Katie for a little bit. Rumor has it.
Well, I was just going to
like rumor has it, right? But yet there's literally the van is showing up at these places. It's on a Carfax. It's no like bum site. There was some weirdos that try to claim that they had pulled these records up from some fake site that just produces numbers and mileage and all that. No, this is Carfax. They have ads. I'm sure you guys seen them.
So the
Bears. Are you going? Are you allowed? Are you going or what? Are you allowed?
I don't know. I
think we're supposed to keep it a secret from Lollies. So
I think it's an all girl
separated.
Trip,
She's not letting him go.
Oh, she broke up. Fuck! I forgot about that. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I guess I'm on the market now. What's up?
Yeah, I'm saying shit. Open market.
So as you can see here, that from Tennessee to Los Angeles, specifically Anaheim, at least I can pronounce that. Back in June, it shows up there with 26,000 miles on it. And it's getting serviced out there between June and September. What's going on out there, right? Guess they're enjoying the beach or whatever. Antioch. That's how you say it. Antioch. Yeah, I knew there was something. Yeah, thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Math was my strong suit. English, yeah.
Katie's gonna kick our ass.
I'm not near him, and y'all were supposed to jump in the van.
Katie. Yes, girl.
First off, hold on. Can I?
But then the van ends up in San Diego County, which is close to the border, which is kind of, interesting. Again, this is all last year. And you can see in June they're in Anaheim, and then July. So during the summer, going, from Anaheim down south, and I believe back then, obviously, up back to Anaheim. So, what's going on there, right? Oh, you got a brother that lives out there? Oh, that's awesome.
just say this? Can I just say this? There ain't no way in.
And as you can see, look at the border. There's Tijuana, and I mean that's it's not far. I'm sure it's what, maybe less than an hour drive from El Cajon. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it right.
Hell, she is going to California alone because she don't know directions from shit. Like, let's
So
cut
this
the
is
shit.
funny to
She ain't
them.
going to know California by herself.
Yeah. It's a joke to them.
Girl, look, we was at a farmer's market. Wherefore, God, Queen, hear me when I tell you this. We was at the farmer's market, 0.7 miles from her house. Tell me why she's putting in her address in the GPS. I said, Katie, what in the fuck are you doing? You make one turn a left.
Oh my God.
I feel you, Katie. I'm with you, girl.
And as you can see, from September of 2025, and then on December of last year, we have the Elk Ridge, Maryland, which we kind of left off on in El Cajon. Cajon. Okay. Hopefully I got it. I do apologize mispronouncing it.
I do the same thing.
But truthful.
But this is where it gets interesting is you'll see, typically on average, and if I had more time, I was going to put all this into Chat GPT and all the dates and mileage. I just didn't get a chance to because I promise you guys, wait until, again, this is the old report. Well, this is actually just an added, because it's an updated report. So it has the old stuff, but wait until you see the new stuff. It is going to shock you. But this is where it's really weird is you see the mileage, and of course, Voice of the Truth covered this, where in a month's time, she's putting on average 2,000 miles, give or take, per month. But then in a 3-month time period, she nearly puts on 20,000 miles, like nearly doubles what was on that van. Like, woof. What were they doing from summer to basically, or at least in California, from summer to early fall?
My God.
While them towels are packed, them plane tickets are bought, even though y'all went in the van, the jet's sitting on the runway, standing by.
You can't tell people that I don't have super secret squirrel ninja skills.
I mean, you might, but now
She's got a son that's been missing for nearly 2 years. Obviously, this is January of this year, so just before the 2-year anniversary. And it's all a joke to them. It is so, it's like Twilight Zone for me. Again, a lot of these creators, that have been covering on their side, I don't think any of them have ever worked on a case like personally with a mother or a parent that is not involved in their disappearance and what that interaction is like. Like I said, I worked on the Dylan Rounds case with Candace Cooley. Holy hell, it's a 180 between Candace and Katie, a complete 180. And then same with Aiden Clune's mother, who's such a lovely woman, and would kill to have that same kind of exposure for her son. But yeah, this is, like I said, this is Twilight World.
navigation is not one. You would literally head to California and end up in Kuwait. Somehow you would do that.
That's that super deadly MMA fighter skill she got. She just lacked on the GPS side.
And never make Clue your co-pilot because she sucks at geography.
That's a fact.
So, yeah.
Well, that's how they're going to get from Tennessee to California through Iraq.
Just make sure you flash the headlights to keep mob crew distracted.
That's right. That's right.
All a joke to them. All absolutely a joke. Twilight World. I mean, I I have no words for it. It's just all a joke to them. Like, if you didn't know the context, you would probably have no idea listening to them. A lot of their, whenever they pop up on the shows, you'd probably have no idea that they have a child, or I don't want to say they. Katie has a son that's been missing for, whatever, when the live was posted, but, has been missing for, X amount of time. And they're, talking about Super Bowls. They're talking about the latest football game before the Super Bowl. Nothing to do about Sebastian. It is just so like, and these people that are on panel, it's like, what? Like, do you guys forget? Like, Sebastian's out there missing? Crazy.
Just don't run over any wet concrete, okay?
That's disturbing. I know I've never said that, but wow, where'd that come from? Don't drive over any wet concrete. Man, that is oof.
That part.
That you guys remember he mentioned something about how fast concrete can dry if somebody fell in. Okay, you guys can hear me. I'm not sure if you just mean you can't listen to those people. I just want to make sure. Oh, is you? Okay, yeah. Julie also put something in there. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, all right. So let's get into the
I'm honored
latest.
to be on panel with you guys. If I knew how to put.
All right, you guys ready for the new updated one? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I mean, obviously, I could go rant on, get on my soapbox with them, but all right. So you should already see. Again, I am not like. I've only really owned two vehicles, so I'm not like a big buyer or seller. So, working with titles and all that, that's definitely out of my wheelhouse. But as you can see here, we got owner 1 and owner 2, which I'm assuming wasn't on the original. Let me know, Coop, because I think I know why that now says owner 2 there. But yeah, we're gonna drop some bombshells. Yeah, I think Honeybee's comment is okay. I mean, because I was talking about concrete. I think that comment would be okay. Chat. Please, it is not an easy job for my mods. They're kind of referees, and they're just trying to make sure chat is nobody gets too descriptive about maybe what may have happened to them. I think that could fall in the gray area, but yeah. Okay. So as you can see here in the Carfax, owner 1 and owner 2. Now I blocked it right now, but we will reveal that in just a minute. Oh, well, we'll get into that, me and you. Trust me. We will get into that. So as you can see, owner 1, 2024, that's when she got the van, was working commercially with Brinks, installing security, whatever. And yeah, and then now 2026, a second owner. Or is it? Well, let's find out. Oh, no worries, honeybee. No worries. We were talking about concrete. He mentioned it. I think that's kind of like falls in the gray area, you know. It's so no worries. Oh yeah, trust me, Marcia, we are gonna do that. We are going to do that. So now this is kind of where we left off in the last live, and picking up where Voices of Truth obviously left off because we now have more up to date of where this van's been, and it is going to be wild. So here we go. One, as we mentioned earlier, super strange that put all this mileage on from September to December of last year. And then last year, the vehicle was serviced in Maryland, Elkridge. Okay. And then what do you know? 2 months later, just coming up on the 2nd-year anniversary, Elkridge, Maryland. It's getting serviced again. Okay. So they were on the West Coast in 2025 in the summertime. Now, late winter, I guess, would it be late winter, January? Or midwinter, I guess. The van is now in Maryland getting serviced. And then here's the bombshell. And we've got more bombshells. Trust me, we're going to be dropping, it's going to be like early 4th of July for us. So, as you can see, at the time it was still a commercial vehicle, right? But it seemed odd because, if she's working for Brinks, she would typically you'd be working in the area that you live in, especially if you have the van. Again, I am not an expert in this because I've never done that field. I know people have done some research on it. Yes, you can do private contracted licenses or whatever to do that same thing. But then on the next day, so they renew the title in February of 23rd, which is an interesting date for many reasons. That 23rd, so weird. Because if I recall, the 23rd is when that 25th, 24th, yeah, that's the date that camera got, the infamous 3 a.m. video and the frozen timestamp happened to be Friday the 23rd, which is really of February. It's kind of interesting. But as you can see, the next day, what do we have here? Well, we're back in Elkridge, and we're doing a safety inspection. Now, I'm assuming this renewal could just be done online, right? Because it was an Elkridge, and then it looks like it put like another 1,000 miles on it. Again, I wish I would have had time to do the math between like going back and forth, but let me know in the chat. I know there's probably people that know this much better than I do. But I'm assuming this is something that they could have just done online, just a typical renewal. And maybe this van was still in Maryland in beginning of February. Well, basically since December, really. As far as we know, is at least when it's getting serviced, right? Just reading chat here. But then, boom. Let me remove that so you guys can see that. So, do you guys see the bottom here? In March of 13, in Maryland, at the DMV. I know some people have BMBs. I think it's BMB in some places. I think like Ohio has a BMB. Ours in Utah is DMV, and I think it's the same in Maryland as well. But in Rockville, Maryland, it is now a new owner reported title and registration as leased vehicle. So it has now went from a commercial van to a lease. And that is in Maryland, not Tennessee, Maryland. That is absolutely mind-blowing, because we were kind of speculating I don't want to say yesterday, but the day before, about are they moving on, or allegedly on the run. But yeah, as you can see here, it is now went from a commercial to a leased vehicle, and now that was done in Maryland, which means now it's got new license plate. Yeah, that's again, this is not my area expertise, but I guess that's what it is. Like, she took over the payments, right? She now owns it. If somebody kind of knows this field better, please let me know. But I think that's kind of basically what that is. But that's only the beginning.
Him to stay strong.
Reba, thank you so much for the 250 jewels. God bless you. I appreciate that. That helps out so much with the support. Always try to provide a nice visual to go along with the commentary to explain. And I promise you, there's going to be a lot of visuals that we made. And I'll kind of explain how the band's been kind of traveling. But wait until you see the connections that start happening in Maryland. And it is, in my opinion, absolutely disturbing. Yeah, I don't know, Brenda. Again, I would love to know somebody that's kind of done this stuff. I mean, I understand, it's gone from a commercial to a lease. It's still in her name, as far as I know, because obviously it pops up with her name. So it's not like, from what I understand, correct me, Coop or Hindsight, but right now, as far as when you pull it up, she is, her name's on it. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading chat here. Okay, so let's listen to Katie here. Let's just remember, because look at the date. This is so crazy. This is what's like mind blowing. Yeah, this is her work van. It went from commercial now to personal lease. So look at the date of when all this happened. It got inspected on the 24th. This is literally the day before the 2-year anniversary. Now, the next day, I'm pretty sure Katie, usually when they do an interview, sometimes they'll do it the day before, or, if it comes out on if it comes out on the evening news, then they can do an interview that morning, and then the guys can edit the interview together to release it. Sometimes they'll do it the day before. That way they can edit and get it ready. But either she had this interview that we're going to watch on the 24th, or she did it on the 25th. So keep that in mind, because remember, her van is in Maryland the day before this interview comes out. You guys get what I'm trying to kind of point at here. So let's listen to just a little highlight of Katie while you guys process this. It's only going to get wilder, I promise you. Thank you, Donna, for the jewels, and thank you, Bluegrass. Sorry, I don't know why when people donate jewels, it makes their thing like super small. I can't even click on it. That's so dumb. Maybe they'll fix this. I'm assuming since this is a new kind of thing, they'll probably hopefully fix it. But yeah, whenever somebody sends jewels, it's like this small. Okay. So the names are now. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. But we know it was her van up until whatever happened. But clearly, this van has been in Maryland. And up until that date, that was clearly her van, or, commercially. But yeah, back to the date. And the next day, the 25th, the 2-year anniversary, just play a little highlight.
I would tell him to hang in there, and that if he ever had the opportunity to reach out and get a safe adult and, call 911 if you have to, that we're looking and we're never going to stop.
This is, now keep this in mind for what we're going to talk about next, because I'm going to start to there's more to this. We're only getting started. And just playing this quick little highlight about her talking about, searching for him or waiting for him to come back, because this is going to be kind of ironic here in just a minute. But let me go full screen so you guys can see this.
Stop looking, and that I pray that he's okay, and that everyone at home loves you, Sebastian, and everyone wants you to come home, and we're here.
How long will you keep searching?
Until my last breath. I'll never stop.
Really? What happens when you're
I'll
gone?
never stop searching for him.
I feel like, as a parent, a lot of times we have these other, intuitions, just different thoughts and feelings about what's going on. Do you have anything in your innermost thoughts that you think happened to him?
Truthfully, I think that there are.
So that's right. If you caught that,
or, intuitions, just different thoughts and feelings.
Let me go big here. Get that bigger. As you can see here, what I blocked earlier. So owner 1, 2024, when she had it commercial, had it for basically 2 years. Tennessee, started estimated driving per year 24,000 miles. Last reported 48,000 miles. And then 2026 in March. Now it is a lease, and it is now under Maryland. So I'm assuming it has a Maryland license plate now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that's the title at the very least, right? Would be in Maryland. But that's just the beginning, as we're saying. There's much, much more. This is absolute wild. Please hit that like button because it's only going to get wilder. And thank you so much. I see so many jewels, and I don't know why YouTube just makes you. I don't know if you guys can see it in chat like I do, where it's like super small, which is, I think, kind of dumb. 'Cause it's hard to shout out people when I can barely see it. But thank you guys. Okay.
Thanks about what's going on. Do you have anything in your innermost thoughts that you think happened to him?
Truthfully, I think that there are
Right. So she wasn't the owner. It was Brinks. What, loaning it out to her? Something like that. I meant to do this on ChatGPT, but you guys are gonna see what I worked on. I spent most of my time for this live on. It's coming up now. So I just, man, that was something I was hoping I could really dive into so I could feel better about what I'm talking about, because it's not something I clearly have a lot of experience with. But we just know that this went from Tennessee to Maryland. This van went from commercial to lease, and now it is owned in Maryland. Oh, Calgal, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. God bless you. Helps me out so much. And I promise you, this is just the appetizer, because it is going to get absolutely wild. And we've got 600 people in here. Promise you guys, bombshells are coming. Because Maryland is only the beginning. And thank you for the jewels. Man, I wish I could see people. So let's see what's been going on. So again, we have it renewed in Tennessee on the 23rd. And then on the 24th, it gets inspected, the safety inspection, right? And that is in Elk Ridge. This is, I'm assuming, going to like a Take 5. Jiffy Lube comes to mind because that's the place I go to. I know they do oil changes and emissions and safeties. That's who I use. So, but I know there's Take 5. There's quite a few different franchises out there that are national. Not sure exactly which one, but could be one of those. Oh, thank you so much, Ashes to Ashes. Justice for Sebastian. God bless you. I really, really appreciate that. We're going to start to show where this is traveling in Maryland. And then we're going to start to talk about sightings. And I'm going to bring up back up with the sightings, not just hearsay. And I promise you it's going to be very worth it. I don't know if that doubled or if you sent 2. Oh, yeah, no, you did send 2 because I didn't have that. Thank you, Ashes. I hope that you didn't actually repeat that. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat. That is so sweet. Release the Kraken. And Sassy, thank you for the goat trophy. I love it. I love goats. Okay, I hope you're not. I hope this is on purpose, Ashes to Ashes, because I don't want there to be some kind of accident. Because I all the transactions are all on YouTube's end. Sometimes I still get questioned about who takes care of the funding, and that's all on YouTube. Okay, so let's watch what's been going on here, because there's gonna be some funky stuff. And wait till you guys see the sightings. Oh, they are. Oh, that's so sweet, Ashes. I appreciate that. I hope this live is worth that. And I'll never stop working on Sebastian's case. I think most of you guys know that. And I wouldn't be able to do that with you guys' support. So, it gets inspected in Elk Ridge, which is up here. And then on March 13th is when they go to the DMV, which is in Rockville, Maryland. It's about a 46-minute drive from Elk Ridge, give or take. And thank you, Ashes. All of these are on purpose. Love your work. Okay, that makes me feel better. I've done that before. Well, I'll send a super chat and it like delays, and so I'll accidentally send another one. And I think they fixed that. That was a couple of years ago, but thank you so much. So there's that DMV where we got a title change from commercial to lease. From Tennessee to Maryland. And the other question is it Katie driving this van, right? You would think it would be Katie, right? Because, you know, she's working for Brinks. But I told you guys the other night when I was kind of cleaning out my email box, I had a certain individual tell me that there were sightings. And now I've gone back and looked at those some more. And they said they saw Crispy. So this is where it's going to get really, really interesting. Yeah, I put that on purpose. If you don't know, I've seen their license plates. I don't know if you can see it in the Texas Roadhouse. But I've been shown one where you could see the license plate. I don't know if you could make out the whole license plate, but I remember it had the DB, and it had it where it was sitting like it had a D here and a B here, and then the numbers on the Tennessee plate. And if I recall, it's on both their vehicles. But yeah. Okay, yeah, this is where it's going to get absolutely wild. So again, up to this point, you know, it's supposed to be Katie's van, allegedly, not, you know, owning it, but she's, you know, working for Brink, so you think she's the one using it, right? But there's going to be a twist. But I wanted to play this part because I think it is very fascinating.
2017. And, sir, what do you drive?
I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Oh, that's how it is. Oh,
year?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a 2021, I think.
So your Infiniti SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Miss Proudfoot?
In the garage.
Oh.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
About the make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Have you asked?
No, ma'am, we have not.
So you just made that up, what you just said. I love Nancy. God, I love Nancy Grace. I know there's some people that don't. I've always been a fan of Nancy, but yeah, she just caught him right there. Again, the reason I'm playing this is because of them being so weird about the van. Because you guys are going to see here in just a minute, it's just going to get absolutely wild here in a minute.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Have you asked?
No, ma'am, we have not.
Just made that up.
Nobody's asked us that question.
So that was... Okay, so you have a work van. Question to you, Miss Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
Okay, and I find this interesting. This will tie into allegedly what Crispy's doing now. So just keep this. I wanted to play this extra little part.
I am an installation technician.
Oh, not that part. Oh, did I? Oh, I think I accidentally cut it out. But I think it's either after that or I think it might have been before that. She says she's reading a book and she goes to DeBry and something about business and stuff like that. And I find that interesting because of what now Crispy alleges he's got the associate's degree. We're going to get into that. I want to get too ahead, but the connection is weird. You'll see here in a minute. Ashley says, been a silent watcher for years now. This case breaks my heart and want nothing but justice for Seth and Sebastian. Well said. Thank you so much, Ashes. Yeah, I think all of us agree that it has been way too long and we need answers. And, there's so many cases out there and I would love to cover other cases, but I've got so many relationships, rapport with people, and it's tough to move on because I feel like this case, like it's just all we need to do is just find that one thread, and this case should just be able to be picked apart. Okay, here is a little detail found. With Katie Proudfoot. As you can see, she was a alarm registered employee. Probably from, at the very least, from 2024, right? Because that's when she had the van. And here it says not employed. And I don't know if the date, if that's supposed to be 2025. The date's wrong on that because we're kind of jumping ahead here. Do you think that's a typo there? Don't stop, Chris. Yeah, I agree. It is. If law enforcement would just get off their asses and, I understand there's other cases going on. There's always new cases. But, I mean, imagine if whatever agency is able to break this case, it'd be massive. Everybody'd be talking about it. Gotcha. Okay, so she can now be an independent contractor. Oh, what you just said. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. So now we've talked about the van and where it's been.
You were up till midnight. You were
I do have the audio of it.
Reading something. What were you reading?
A chapter for school.
A chapter for school. Are you in school?
I was, yes, ma'am. I've since dropped my classes for the time.
What are you studying?
Business administration.
Business administration. Keep that in mind for when we move over to Crispy, because I find that very interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot, me and you. We got it. We have to build context. Got just like jump into it. I have to have a show. But yeah, we're getting to it. This is actually not. Well, I don't know. We'll see how long.
Gotcha.
But
where do you go to school?
DeVry.
But business administration. Okay. So we got the van out in Maryland. New title. So what's going on? You like their tattoos there? She's got on the run. All right. So now we're going to dive deeper into Maryland because there is some weird, funky stuff going on. And like I said in my show Tuesday, I kind of feel like, and I think people, I'm probably not the only one, feel like, they're trying to kind of lay low. And the camper hasn't been seeing, or the fifth wheel, RV camper, however you want to call it. I think camper is just easy to say. Their camper has been missing. I'm not sure the exact date, but it has been gone for months now, allegedly. And obviously, if the camper's gone, the truck's got to be with it, right? Because the truck is the only thing that can really, because it's a fifth wheel, and his truck is designed to take that. But I think there was some uses for this van. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. But we're gonna switch over to Crispy here, and I'm gonna we're gonna drop some more bombs. And holy shit! All right, we almost got 700 people in here. Good time to pop in. I promise you, it's gonna be wild here. I may go full screen to kind of show some of this stuff. So let me pull this full screen and kind of explain stuff as we go on, but I've got obviously visuals for it, and I'll try to explain it as well for those that are just listening. So let me just go full screen for a minute so we can kind of explain. So remember, this van was seen in Elk Ridge, Maryland, all the way back from late last year, right? And even up to February and March. But there's also other sightings as well. So remember that that associate's degree that allegedly Chris now has or is working on, that's in his LinkedIn. Well, that is at the University of Maryland, and there's Elk Ridge right here, and his picture's kind of blocking it, but that little red dot there, that is, I believe, in College Park, as they call it. Very fitting. University of Maryland college there, where he is, I guess, earned his or working on an associate's degree. I never went to college, so that's definitely out of my wheelhouse. But this is on his LinkedIn, and we've never heard about him going to University of Maryland before all this and having an associate's degree in business administration management operations. But look at where the difference is. I mean, this is only 30 miles difference from Elk Ridge to College Park, Maryland. And this is just the beginning. Yeah, I think the only way you would probably get it serviced if you're putting over 2,000 miles, because that's the kind of rule of thumb. I believe every 2,000 miles, approximately, is when you want to get an oil change. But is that just kind of a weird coincidence that he's allegedly been going to college there, not far from this Elk Ridge that the van has been showing up? So the question is, and we're going to start to dive into this, who's actually driving the van, right? Like, who's got the van? Is it both of them? One of them? Same thing. When they took that van to get it switched over from commercial to lease, that was in Rockville, Maryland, and on the red dot here, that is College Park, and again, that's even closer to where this college, the Maryland University, is at. Is that just a strange coincidence that is that close? Or are they kind of setting up to, or have they already set up in Maryland? Of course, there's been sightings in Tennessee off and on, but almost like they're living two different lives or something's going on. But yeah, only 20 miles away from where the van got switched over. But then, yeah, they were both in the Navy, so I don't know, because I know some people are talking about the disabled vet thing. Again, I don't know if one or both somehow got it. I just know that I've seen a couple of images of their license plates, and the thing that stuck out was the DV. I believe on both vehicles. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's on both. So, I'll pop up again. All right, we got 700 people in here. All right, this is where it's going to start getting really wild. Sorry, I'm kind of reading chat here because, again, some of this stuff is, I'm not very familiar with the East. I don't know if maybe they're trying to get a pardon from the president or something, or trying to work a deal out. I don't know. But anyway, as you can see, when they went to Maryland in March of 13, when they changed the registration on the van, if you guys remember this sighting that I showed you guys about, obviously this came out almost 2 months ago, and this was just one of my viewers just happened to be driving, and they have a little dash cam. I think they were checking out the cemetery, and then they happened to turn into Kellen Lane, and as they were turning, and again, this is 5 days later, 5 days later. So van is in Maryland at the time, and then 5 days later, and I didn't want to break this down because we kind of did that in another live. We could zoom in and all that stuff, but I can't say 1,000% it's crispy, but man, it's got the hat, it's got the beard, If you guys remember that live, we zoomed in. I tried to kind of clean it up a little bit. And the person that was driving said like they felt, they said they felt it was 100% crispy. And what's interesting, if you guys don't remember about this vehicle, what's interesting is if this is crispy, this is in a vehicle that we've never seen before. This is a Nissan Altima, somewhere 2018 or before, somewhere around in that generation. I forget if that's third or fourth gen. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. Trooper. Trooper. Let's see. What do you got, buddy? I'm sorry, Mom. Started April of this year. Thank you, Trooper. I will keep that. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll look up where that's at. If you know the address, I'm sure maybe I can find that. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. So anyway, there's Crispy allegedly in a car we've never seen, and the other big thing about this is the vehicle itself had temporary tags on it, as if it was a new used car that they, if it is Crispy, had just bought. And that was 5 days after, the thing that happened in Maryland. So now, again, the question is who's driving this van? Because again, you'd think it would be Katie, but could it be Crispy that's driving it, or both? Yeah, it could be Liberty. It's possible. The person couldn't really get a good look at the tag or whatever it was. Okay, so look at these two dates here, because this is where there's going to be something wild that no one's heard of before. And yeah. So remember, September of last year, Van's been spending a good portion of the summer of 2025 in California, more or less, allegedly, but yet clearly they're getting serviced out there. This is the van. And then just before the end of the year of last year, it's in Maryland. And of course, then in between that, it puts on 18,000 miles in 3 month time, where before it would put on approximately 2,000 to 3,000 miles a month. And now that would break down to 6,000 miles per month if you broke that down, more or less. So clearly a lot of driving between September and December of last year. Really weird. Antioch. Yeah, yeah, you gotta love English, man. Antioch. Thank you. All right. Yeah, hit that like button. So, you guys probably never heard this. I don't think anybody, so this is brand new. I have got to kick on my AC. Go figure. Give me 1 second, but read the middle part. I'm going to go full screen, And I'm dropping a bombshell right now in front of you. Read the middle part, and then let me just go kick on my AC because it's being weird. But read this. Okay, I'm writing down that address from Trooper. Thank you, Trooper. All right. So if anybody can't, or if anybody's just listening and can't see what's on the screen, I'm gonna explain it here. Give me 1 second. My AC's just being weird. Now, let me just say right now, this. Okay, so let me read it and then I'll explain it. There was a sighting of Sebastian, allegedly, of course. I mean, there's so many sightings, right? If you've been following this case, that just happens. But this one's very interesting. Sighting of Sebastian in Maryland on November 16th of 2025. It was said to be he was at the Hilton Garden in BWI in Lithicum Heights, Maryland. Let that sink in for a minute. And yes, this was called in because people are going to ask that. Was that turned in? Turned in. Please don't call TBI, FBI, Sumner County, or Maryland. Yes, this was tipped in literally immediately. But people don't know this because this was kind of kept secret. But we feel like we need to get this case because, I know every case is important. All these, different open cold cases or fresh cases like Nancy Guthrie, I know that, they're all important. But I forget what I was kind of going with that. But, this channel, we're trying to focus on this case. And anyway, this was something that was kept behind the scenes because just in case if something were to, other puzzle pieces fell in, then, we kind of see where that goes. But yes, this is absolutely true. Yes, Seth knows. Yeah, just very, very close sources knew about this sighting. And the only reason we're bringing it up now is because of what I'm about to show you here in a second, because of all the Maryland stuff that's going to go on. So this is the second bombshell, but I've got another bombshell that's connected to all of this that I'm going to drop here. Okay, thank you, Trooper. I wrote all that down. If we get time at the end, we'll kind of maybe plug that in and kind of see where that falls in. But I do appreciate you sharing that, Iris Mom. That's awesome. Liz, let me grab this before we press on. I'm thinking if they ship Sebastian to Mexico, it's cheaper. He can't communicate with anyone. They don't have to pay for excessive support for life. For Sebastian, speaking from experience from Texas. I mean, man, it would be amazing if Sebastian was alive. There's certainly always that possibility. I do pray that, that they moved him somewhere to spite Seth, I really, really do. Geneva, thank you so much for gifting a Mob Crew membership. Michelle says, if she disabled vet, how is she working for Brinks? I think someone answered that in chat. Yeah, that's definitely out of my wheelhouse. Geneva, 43 months. That's so awesome. Thanks for showing your intelligence and your tenacity. I really appreciate that, especially the tenacity. I'm stubborn, and that kind of also falls in with tenacity. Okay, let's keep going because we got more. This is just the start of it. But again, I cannot emphasize this enough. This was immediately turned over to law enforcement when that happened. Now, if you don't know where this Hilton Garden is, wait until you see where Lithicum Heights is compared to where all these places we've been seeing the ban and and something else. I'm not sure if I should go full screen or not on this. We'll go small screen for a minute. Okay, so Lithicum Heights is here. It's only 10 minutes from Elk Ridge. So let that sink in for a minute. And I'm just going to play devil's advocate, right? There's been so many alleged sightings of Sebastian. So again, you have to take it with a big grain of salt, right? But this particular individual, I believe hotel worker, was pretty convinced that, he thought it was Sebastian. Take this off for a minute. But, I haven't heard much since from that. But this lead is absolutely wild when we tie in everything else that's going on at the same time or around this time. Thank you, little sister. So there's the Hilton Garden Inn there, pictured in Lithicum Heights, Maryland. And somebody reported that they felt like that was Sebastian at this hotel on November 16th of last year. So not too long ago. But there was other sights of somebody else. So, I'm going to drop the next bombshell here in a second. So, remember, we have the Brinks van in Elk Ridge. It's been popping up there since last year, right? There's the difference. It's only 10 minutes away from where this van had been seen. So not far away. And this is the airport right here as well. Keep that in mind, which I find is very interesting. Very close to the airport. I forget all the details. Kai, that is a great question. I only know a little bit about it because they've kind of really kept that close to the vest, right? Only because I think they probably knew some of this Maryland stuff potentially. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of speculating. But the team behind the scenes feels like, we need to get this out there because we could have viewers right now watching that. Well, I know there are some viewers that live in or around Maryland, and I'm going to prove that here in just a second. I mean, we've already seen people say like, yeah, I'm not far away from this area or this area that we're talking about, not far away from the capital of the nation. Yeah, it's a great question. So, I told you guys in my last live that as I was cleaning out my emails, that there was a person that lives out here, and I'm going to try to be vague, but they said they had spotted not only the van, but they also spotted Crispy. and they felt pretty confident that it was Crispy. Now, I had to be careful with the photos because I don't want to give away the exact location of where these were taken from. But this guy happened to run into him, I think, a couple times out and about. And here you are. They're not the best, right? But we'll look at them closer. And guess where he was spotted? Around Lithicum Heights. I think there's one other area, but I think the one where I think he's in blue, I believe, is the one where, because you'll notice one of the photo, like 3 of the photos are from like the same time frame, I believe, that he just kind of snapped some photos because he's like, man, that he knows about the case, and is like, pretty sure that was Crispy. You guys ready for this? And we're going to look at these closer, and I'll go full screen so you can really see this. So again, who's really driving the van? But yeah, this one, where the person's wearing the blue shirt, and I think the kind of like cargo pants, it looks like. Those ones are around Lithicum Heights. I'm trying to be careful to protect my source that's out there. But yeah, they just happen to run into what they believe is Crispy out there and got a couple of photos and then ran into him one more time, and I'll kind of explain it, but woo! And they're pretty sure, and we'll look at them closely. So I'll probably go full screen so we can kind of look at these. And I tried to take some, because one of the things you're going to notice that Crispy is consistent with is when he wears a hat, he has the clover hat. That clover hat for luck. And you'll notice this hat has that almost, again, remember, these are taken from far away and the person's trying to be discreet. And then you look at the beard and you line up the beard. Oh my gosh. And again, on top of that, they believed they had seen the van as well. So, all right, I'm going to go full screen. Dude, it is wild. Hit that like button. This is going to break the internet. Holy shit. I'm telling you guys. And man, this is nuts. And this is not surprising. There's another case we'll bring up at the end that this reminds me of. Okay. So I'm going to clear this for a minute, guys, and I'll show each one, and we'll kind of look at them. Because remember, they're kind of grainy. I can't really do like run an AI on it because it's just going to yucky it up. And then, of course, I had to be very discreet with the background of where the person's at just to protect my source. But anyway, here we go. So we're going to take a look at each one individually. Look how that beard. So again, it seems like this, he's grown out his beard all the way. And of course with the hat, and look at how the beard just lines up perfectly with the beard on this guy here sitting. It is nuts. And remember the clover hat. I'm telling you guys that's a clover hat. I've got one other picture of him with the clover hat. I'm telling you guys. This is. I can't say 100%. I can never say that. And I sought to say allegedly. But allegedly, this is Crispy. Yeah, I think he's wearing the glasses to fade in. Another one. This is a different one. This was a different sighting. So as you can see, not the cargo pants, no glasses there. I think in this one, but the beard is exactly the same, and the typical hat. If I recall, I'll have to ask them, but they said that. I'm not sure if they said. I need to email them see if they remember if it was clove hat, but. Whatever the hat is, it definitely has some little circle indication, which, again, remember, he is known to wear those clover hats. Remember, this is all in Linthicum Heights. This is all around the time that the van. So keep in mind, these sightings are all around in the time where the van is allegedly out there. And then remember, he's allegedly going or has been to the university, and the university is literally just I don't know 20 miles away from Linthicum Heights. We'll look at the map here in a bit. And you'll notice two phones, always two phones. Because remember, this is a different sighting. But if you notice, if you look at the other sighting, when the guy's wearing the blue shirt and the cargo, it's got two phones. He's holding them. And in the same way. And I'll show you guys in a bit. Again, if I could clean that up anyway, man, that's typical. But look, two phones. Two phones. The way he's holding them too. Like, look the way he's holding them. And it's the same way with the other person on the other one, where they got two phones and they're almost holding it exactly the same. And remember, one of them's not wearing the glasses. I think he's trying to go undercover. Allegedly. This is all alleged. I can say 100%. But my source says, like, they feel like this is crispy. And so I'm trying to show some, like, old photos. Again, in his older photos, he hasn't grown out his beard. This one, I'm just trying to show the hat. Because, again, notice, he loves the clover hat. That is, like, his almost signature. Whenever he's wearing a hat, I think 95% of the time, he's got the clove hat. And kind of when you zoom in, I think you kind of lose the thing. But if you zoom out a little bit, you can kind of, in my opinion, make it more. Me and you, I think it's him. I think it's him. Just my opinion. Maybe we'll do a poll at the end. He's had a lot of weight anyway. Linthicum Heights, another one. Look, almost like it's left-handed and got the phone thing. And I'm going to show you guys how the phone thing is like something all of them have. Again, there's a group, there's one, I think 3 that have the glasses, and then there's like, I think 2 without the glasses, and they both are holding the phones, and they're in 2 different around Linthicum Heights. But so I think this is where I do the phone thing. Notice the phone. Wearing the same thing. Clove hat. I mean, you can see like the clove. The more it zooms in, it almost kind of loses it. And then look at the beard line. Like the beard line lines so much up, in my opinion. Obviously, you'd want to be undercover, in my opinion. But remember, look how the way this person's holding the phone, and remember these are separate occasions. Notice, do you guys see the similarity right there? All wearing a hat. This one with no glasses. And they're all holding the phone the same way. And so you can almost make out what looks like the clove on that one as well. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of time to like line up the ears and stuff like that. I was trying to do the beard. Now look at this. This is where the sightings were. At least most of them. I think there's one that was I forget what the other one but they were mostly in this area. And look at that. And they're all within, I should have done the mileage here, but they're all close together. Yeah, I don't know if you could do facial recognition with that bad of quality. But from my source, I would say if I was a betting man,
it has been
911 if
I would bet that it's him. I think we can at least agree this is all the same person. Would you guys agree that at least the group of photos, I mean, look how the person's holding the two phones and all of them. Two phones. And I'm telling you, this person in my source, again, follows this case religiously. And this person is convinced, again, I can't say 100%, but they believe, and this is all, again, this is what adds onto it, is this is all in the time frame of when the van was allegedly around there. And so you can tell these two obviously would be from the same. And man, like I said, I wish there was a way to clean it up. I feel like if I ran AI, it's just, one thing I wanted to stay away from was AI, because then people would say, "Oh, you're just, making up photos and stuff." But to me, the beard line and the hat with the clove. What looks like a clove at least. I'll have to ask the person. But man, they were convinced it's him. Let's do a poll real quick. See what you guys think. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I didn't even think about the nose thing. I was kind of focused on the beard and the hat. And that's only really as much time I had. But man, this is wild to get these pictures and this person running into him I believe two separate times. And they were pretty convinced it was Crispy. And I think they said that they believed that one of the times they saw what appeared to be a van. Obviously, Brinks is a big company, so I'm sure there's a lot of vans. Yes, RV park. Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. Yeah, we'll check that out next. That is a great comment here. And if you came in late, that's him. It looks like he had growed out this beard. I think this is earlier. I think this one actually came from Tennessee. Actually, I think I was using this for his hat. So keep in mind, this was many, many months before and may have came from Tennessee. I kind of forget. But yeah, I was using this just to kind of show the hat thing. But yeah, that beard line, it is got that nice like rectangle and then just goes straight up. Same one here. Fits pretty closely. Yeah, it's tough. It's almost like the more you zoom in on these, the worse sometimes it's better to look at it from a distance to kind of get an idea. Yeah, right. Grow that thing out, put a pair of glasses on, and yeah, 100%. Which yeah, Elk Ridge is yeah. So again, when I pull this up, yeah, I thought these lines would be easier to see. I shouldn't have. This green background kind of ruins it, but again, yeah, there's Elk Ridge. It's just right there, and then College Park, which again is where he allegedly went to or is going to University of Maryland. So this is all like right here. So either we know these 100% are spot on. And then you have the alleged sighting of Sebastian in November, and then these were taken sometime around that time period. I don't want to say specific dates because I want to be careful with my source about what I can exactly talk about. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I mean, just the fact that we know for sure that this van is now gone from commercial to lease, is now uh, got the Maryland, I'm assuming Maryland plates. And in my opinion, I think they are potentially living out there. They still have their home, obviously, in Tennessee, but I think they're staying at a RV park, potentially out there somewhere. So if anybody's watching, again, I do not encourage anybody to stalk anybody. This just happened to be happenstance that this person ran into who they believe to be Crispy, and snapped a few photos. Um, yeah, and I believe 2 separate occasions. Yeah, that hat. I'll have to see if maybe, yeah, because when you see it from a little bit further away, it's almost like you can see the clove a little bit better. But then when you zoom in, it just gets too pixelated. I'll see if I can try to clean it up. But yeah, it's tough when you have pictures that are clearly trying to be taken without, being noticed. Oh, I was gonna look up that address of where that alleged work site. Let's see where that's at. Washington. Okay, I think I found it here. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. Directions. Let's go Elk Ridge. Oh, so that's a little bit over. I'm at full screen here. But there, trooper said that there's something going on being built out here. I don't know if we can. It's this emergency center. This is being built. Is this being torn down and rebuilt? Let's see. What's the date? This was July of last year, or adding on to it, maybe. I don't know if Chipper's still in the chat. I appreciate the honesty, Abigail, and I do appreciate the membership and support. I'm telling you, just maybe after I'm finished live, maybe look at it a little bit more. Again, I have to kind of protect my source, but remember they've been out there. That van's been out there, and yeah. Oh, my email has the info. Okay, thank you, Trooper. Sorry, I don't have my email pulled up right now. But maybe I'll see if I can talk to the source, see if I can get any else information. But as I said, if I was a betting man, I would say that is at the very least one of those is Crispy, if not both. And again, whether or not that is Crispy, again, the van is out here, has been sold, and yeah, where's that campground? Isn't there one near like College Park? I think. College Park. Okay, I gotta back it up. I think College Park is. There's College Park. So I think there's an RV place. Give me 1 second. See if I can find it. RV park in College Park, Maryland. Is it Cherry Hill Park? Does that sound? Did somebody put that in there? Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill. Let me crunch that in real quick. Cherry Hill. What's it called? Cherry Hill Park. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, it is in College. Okay. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's see. Back up here. Man, it's so close to the capital, which is really weird. But this is it right here. Let's see if I can go street view real quick. Will it let me? I think that's it. Can I come in? A lot of trucks. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's definitely RV park. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but that would be close to, if he's still going there. And that's not far from Elk Ridge. That's only less than 30 minutes away from Elk Ridge. And again, then you have Lithicum Heights, which is just right here. And that is where citing us to Sebastian, allegedly, again, and which has been turned in. But one of the things, like I said, is the person thought that they were not only with Crispy, but they thought they had seen the van, which, again, if if it was one thing if they just emailed me all this stuff and didn't send anything like proof, but to be able to send photos, tells me that this is a pretty solid, something to take serious anyway. Let's see here. We've got 166 votes. So there's about 30% that don't think it's him. And again, we don't know 100%. Thank you, Sassy, for the gifted Mob Crew membership. I'd have to ask. I don't think they did. I think they were just stunned to see what they believed was Crispy. Again, I don't want to speak for them because again, I have to be careful because there's certain things that were shared in confidence, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know that the reason I've worked on this case and I've gained a good rapport with my sources is I always make sure what I can share as far as detail wise to protect them, to keep this going, right? Because again, this case, there's so many people I know, there's so many people invested in this case, and there's so many other cases going on. It's hard to just, it's tough. Sassy says, unleash the Kraken. Yeah, I would love Nancy Grace to cover this. Send a high five. Thank you, Smack Talker. I love that name. Make sure I didn't miss. Michelle, thank you so much for the $5 Venmo. I really appreciate that. Again, people, not me, but others spent money on the Carfax to get this done, which is really amazing because at the very least, whether or not you believe this is crispy, we know the van's been out in Maryland, and I know I hate to keep being a broken record, but like, what are they doing out here, right? Like, how are you going to help find Sebastian when you're like 5 states away or whatever? How many? 4 or 5 states away. You're on the East Coast, but more or less. And how does that help find Sebastian? Unless Sebastian is out there. Again, that's always a possibility. And that's why, again, nobody has ever released this potential tip. Again, there's always tons of sightings, right? And 99% of them are just, lookalikes. But people are still being vigilant. But this particular individual, again, Seth knows about this, but this was a pretty big. Again, they can't say 100% this was Sebastian, but they felt like, that was him. And then you just add in the time frame, and then you add in the fact that they were, not only was there alleged sighting of Sebastian, but then you add in, Katie's van being out there. And then I told you guys in the other thing, before this person sent me more stuff, in one of the emails, they said they're like, I swear I saw Crispy, but it was with the Brinks van. And that kind of tripped me up, and I was wondering if maybe they were kind of mistaken, meant to say Katie or something, but I don't know. Could it be him driving the van around? He took the truck to park it somewhere in the RV, allegedly, speculation. And Katie's got the Infinity, but if the truck has to kind of stay near the RV, is he using the van? Again, just all speculation, to do whatever. And are they using this van to move stuff? That's another thing. Wait, how am I getting away from the truth? The stuff, the Carfax is real. We're just speculating off the Carfax. I think Sebastian's story is more important, but yeah, and the Ultima, exactly. Him driving that as well. I agree. Only recently, Liberty, right? Remember, they had it before. This is like recent. The whole van thing is just recent. So keep that in mind. And these sightings were before the van got switched over. Again, there's so much we don't know. It's just kind of speculating off what we go off the Carfax and other things. But I'll do some work on the pictures as well. And see if I can maybe try to clean the hat up. If the hat is a clove, then I would be dumbfounded. And I think, again, I think that these 3 on the right are all from the same one, which was around Lithicum Heights. And then this one was from a different area, but in Maryland, around that same area. But how they're all holding the phone the same way, and they got 2 phones. Again, these all three, I believe, go together, and 2 phones. And in this one, from a separate one where this person is not wearing glasses, 2 phones again. Wonder if we can find some where it'd be interesting to see how he holds phones. There's not much video of him, unfortunately. Maybe I'd have to see on when he was out there with Crabtree. Maybe use that. I'll have to look at that, see if maybe I can compare with that. But I think it doesn't hurt to look at this. At the very least, you wouldn't want to ignore this, right? What if this is him? Right? Yeah. Oh no, I know there's going to be trolls. I am. I've done this for 4 years. You can't phase me at all. I have. I want to say I've seen it all, but there's always something that never ceases to amaze me that somebody will do. But yeah, I don't know why you would at the very least completely discount it without more investigation. And I always try to give you hints, like there's always just a little bit more that, again, if I didn't, if I was a person that just burned my sources, I would tell you things that your jaw would drop. But yeah. So before I finish up, I'm just going to say, anybody that's living out there or around there, do not stalk if you do see these individuals. But if you do see them, if you could document or email or whatever, that would be great. And if anybody sees Veronica be true 68, I don't know, Veronica, are you in the chat? Has anybody seen Veronica be true? Before I finish, I just want to see real quick. Oh, thank you, Pocahontas. This is wild. Absolutely wild. Again, just even discounting the alleged Crispy sightings, what they're doing with the van is absolutely mind-boggling. Them taking these long road trips with the van. Could they be moving stuff to like storage sheds? You never know. I mean, there's so many different things. But I know one thing that they're not doing is looking for Sebastian Rogers. Okay, Veronica's, oh man. Oh yeah, I'll show the poll. It's basically 70-30. Let's see. End it here. Just under 200 votes. And I don't blame people that don't, again, it's really hard to see. They're not the best quality photos. And yeah, I don't think we've ever seen him with glasses that I know of. But man, if you're in a local place and you're trying to be, kind of sly, and maybe you're, again, allegedly moving or trying to relocate, because I think in my opinion, I think they're kind of just trying to lay low, waiting for that 18th birthday thing, and then from there, who knows? Yeah, I did. I ended the poll. Did it not pop up at the top? It was 70-30. 70% had 200 votes. It was 70% yes, 30% no. Usually when I end it, it pops up at the top. That's weird. Yeah, they do. That's right, Joel. They also have um, connections down south, from there, down south. Virginia, KK's mother. And yeah. Yeah, he's always changed the way he looks. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I don't know about court, unless you actually have the person taking the photo that could maybe verify. But no, don't be rude. That's fine. If you don't feel like it's him, and again, that's no one should be afraid to share their opinion. Um, and I get it because we've never seen him with glasses. Um, and I think this one it makes it kind of look like he's got a little bit wider face, but man, the hat again, and all these are the same one. And again, there's just a little bit more that I wish I could tell you that I think I don't know. I think it would change some minds, but uh, Justin R.N., thank you so much for the continued membership. I'm gonna start working more on some Patreon member stuff. I did put something out for the Patreons earlier today, kind of a head, a sneak peek on this, and Donna, yeah, if you can email me it, is it something that's related to what we're talking about? What time is it? We started at 6:30. Let me pull up my email. Hold on, mods. We'll finish up here in just a second. And thank you to all the mods and everybody being really amazing in chat. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah. Yeah, this one for sure. Again, this one thank you, Bridget. Um Yeah, this one is from I think is most likely Tennessee. This one was last year earlier. Um this one I've kind of had for a while. But again, cuz people send me stuff, but of course because of the location or the circumstances, sometimes it's just for my eyes only unless something changes and I can kind of somehow blur the blur the background a little bit so it doesn't give away where this came from. But yeah, I was really using this one. This is 100% crispy because KK's right next to him. But yeah, I was using the hat because again, 90% of the time he's wearing some kind of clover hat. So that's kind of why I'm like, yeah, got over that. But I'm assuming that was you. I don't know if there's something else. I agree. Yeah, I just went over the 40 mark, and yeah, I had my right eye. My eyesight's always been the best thing, and yeah, I don't think he'd be. I don't. I don't think so. I don't know, but I think that would be a little bold. Oh, Crispy did have a pair of glasses like that? I'm looking. Oh, the same guy at the Texas Roadhouse. Wait, officer. Now, I hope you're not talking about the one that was photoshopped. Because somebody photoshopped Crispy into the Texas Roadhouse. I'm not sure if you're talking about that one. Oh, where he's looking at Seth. Can anybody send that to me? Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Yeah, if anybody can send me a pic real quick of the glasses, I'll do a quick overlay. If not, maybe we'll send it for the next one. But again, just minus all the sightings here, and just think about all the stuff that's going on in Maryland. Like that is concrete. Like that, there's all that. Again, some of the stuff you could look up yourself. Some of the other stuff, obviously you'd have to have certain information to get the Carfax, right? But yeah, all this stuff is going on in Maryland. That is there's no, wiggling around that. So let's see. Let me check my email. Maybe junk. Oh, I went into the junk. Why did I go in the junk? Oh, you went. Does this have on Montana? I don't remember having Montana on it. I'll have to ask somebody that knows that one better. See if I can. I just want to make sure I don't show anything sensitive. I mean, it kind of looks like theirs, but did they have Montana on it? Does anybody know? That'd be so wild. So I guess you can go in there with Google Earth. I didn't really try it really hard. Where's them for reading? Ah. Only you guys knew. If only I could share. I shouldn't say if only you guys knew. That sounds arrogant. If only, I couldn't burn my sources. So these sightings, I can't say exactly where they were at, but they would be at a place that I think you may need your reading glasses for. But yeah, I'll leave that there. I don't want to share too much because, again, I have to talk to people before I do any much more. But thank you, Chris, for all you do for Sebastian. Thank you guys so much. It is my pleasure. We need to keep this out here, keep his name out there, because again, there's so many big cases, and we want to rattle the cage, poke the bear type thing. So, just checking chat here. Yeah, I'll have to look at the. Okay, Don. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I need to get some photos of the camper. I know I have a few. I'm not sure if I have one from that angle or not. Oh, most of the models. Oh, so I'm not a. Could that be the camper then? Would that be? That'd be fucking wild. Sorry. That would be nuts. Should we? Has anybody got a photo of the camper? I'm gonna try to see if I can save this one. This would be absolutely nuts. I don't know why. Oh, I'm gonna have to just take a screenshot of this. I don't know why it's like an HTML thing. Okay. All right, so I got that. Anybody send me a picture of the RV? Only way to know would be to play. Yeah. Well, I'll keep this in mind. We'll look at it. Oh, Chris Silvers took a lot of pictures. That's right. Yeah, maybe I'll get with him and see. Maybe that's something we'll look at. But thank you, Donna, for sending that. That's interesting. I know, like, that is kind of like the make, model, whatever. Certainly looks like it. That is fascinating. Officer says one sec. Oh, he says that he was reading something. Yeah, I think next live I'll try to hopefully maybe if anybody can send me a picture of the glasses, or I have some people that could probably dig up some, and I'll see if we can kind of take a look at what he looks like with those. Okay, you sent? Okay, let's take a look here. And then we'll finish up because I gone for 2 hours. Refresh. Holy shit. Okay. All right, here's the camper. Again, it could be a popular model. Oh, why can't I zoom in on that one? I can zoom in on this one. I mean, that is... Only thing is that one, whatever this thing is moved over, I don't know if that happens when these pop out. I mean, man, that is From what I'm seeing, that is like the identical model. I'd have to zoom in. There's kind of like a white trim to it right here, but whew, that's pretty damn close. So I'm assuming Montana's a brand, right? And this is in Cherry Hill Park. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to examine this more, especially from the side. Yeah, and I think there's some photos of it where it's out, because that would be definitely help. But yeah, like unfortunately I can't zoom in right now on this one. I don't know why. Not have it saved. Okay, one last thing, we'll finish up, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom in on this here. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. Oh, where did I put you? There we go. Okay, now I can zoom in on it. Yeah, I see where this is. I don't know. Does this move? Like again, I'm not a RV expert. Far from it. Everything else is like it's got the right white trim. I mean, again, I don't know. Is this something that like moves? Everything else, like until we can see it out, like I don't know. Is any camper people out here? No, I'd have to run through this chat GPT. It would give me it would let me know for sure. Yeah, even the bottom matches up. I know the trailer part blocks it, but even the bottom part lines up. Wow. It pops out like this thing here. Is this what we're talking about? I don't know. That's wild. The date. I have to look at the date, Donna. If you remember the date, I think it's probably in there. I don't want to go too much longer. This will probably be, we'll do a part 2. We'll get some glasses, photos of that, get some better pictures of the camper, and I'll run it through ChatGPT, run some different photos against it, and see if that lines up. Yeah, I think that would be the best thing. I'm too old to believe. Well, you know what they say about, law enforcement says when it comes to true crime, there's no such thing as coincidences. And again, whether or not you believe that's crispy, those pictures, everything else that we've shown, that is all on record. They're out there in Maryland, I mean, they still have the house in Tennessee. The camper's been gone since, I don't know, like January, February. I think January. I think it was before. I think they took it out before the 2-year anniversary. I could be wrong, but somewhere in there, beginning of this year, the camper has been gone. So. Oh, a trailer. Yeah, remember, I'm not a. Yeah. But I appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't sound stupid. Um, looking at. Karen, we're just wondering, can you move this? Does this move? Like when this pops out, does this like move over? That's the only thing. It just doesn't line up. The black thing. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, this thing here. Oh, yeah, this thing is clearly part of pulling it. Yeah, I'll run this through AI so I know what I'm talking, so I can know a little bit more about what I'm talking about next time we go over it. We'll figure it out. But that is interesting. Whether it is or not, that is kind of wild. All right, guys. We'll finish it up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I mean, man, if that is Crispy out there, which again, allegedly he's getting his associate's degree out there, and then deciding, I mean, that happened, whether or not that's Sebastian or not, again, we don't know, but we are allowed to say it, so kind of keep that in mind, like, that has been close to the vest until today, but I was allowed to share that because of the van thing that we know that's legit, that's solid, and then the sightings of Crispy around that area within that time frame. Again, that's way too many coincidences. And you guys know, most of you guys know me, like I like to have something concrete to work off of. That's why I'm always working on surveillance videos and stuff like that. I like to have substance to then work off theories, right? Thank you, Hindsight. Yeah, we'll go over it again. We'll do I was thinking doing like a members live, but maybe we'll do one. We'll definitely do a members live tomorrow or Saturday. We'll see, and maybe we'll just kind of talk a little bit more about it and do a couple of things, maybe with that and the camper. But yeah, thank you guys to everybody taking the time out of your evening. And of course, thank you, mods. I'm not going to do a pet outro tonight just because we've gone pretty longer than I was anticipating. Yeah, they have a fifth wheel hookup, right? And they need his truck to haul it. Oh, Ziggy. Oh, thank you so much, Ziggy. I'm sorry I didn't have Snarky today. I know I had it up there in the goal. I did today, we'd just kind of go chill a little bit. You guys will definitely get Snarky, Chris, probably next live. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because funny thing is, The Walking Dead, I was a huge fan of Walking Dead, and they had that same thing up there. So that's what I thought it was, is, some kind of air vent or conditioner. Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, I may put out a short tomorrow and then go live Saturday for you guys. So that's a great question, Bingo. I think he's right-handed, but sometimes, like, I don't know. I'll have to see about, like, seeing it with him, like, maybe two phones and stuff, because that guy, for sure, like, is always walking around with two phones. All those pictures, like, he's got two phones. And we know that Crispy has two phones, like both Katie and Crispy. Remember, Seth, and that doesn't surprise me because, you have a business and personal phone. So. Oh, thank you, Sasha. I appreciate it. Again, it could be too. Yeah, I thought about that too, Bluegrass. Yeah, it could be. For those that don't know, it could be mirrored, and that actually could just be his right hand. I'd have to ask my source because it could be flipped, and so that actually could be his right hand. I didn't even think about that. That is a great comment. All right, guys. Much love. Have a wonderful weekend. Should be back here Saturday, and then we'll try to do like a live and then a members live to kind of play around with some stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Frank. I appreciate that. Maybe it's you. Well, no, I shouldn't say anything, but I appreciate that, Frank. That is awesome. Yeah, anybody around Maryland, again, not encouraging. I just can't say this enough. Do not stalk anybody. Just be vigilant about who's your surroundings. All right, guys. Much love. See you guys soon. Thank you again, mods. And thank you to the members and Patreons that support this channel and everybody that donated. And thank you for all the jewels. I'm sorry I can't shut those people out because I don't know. I think this must be some kind of beta that YouTube's working on that maybe hopefully I'll be able to see everybody that donated jewels. So God bless. Thank you, Mama, Pocahontas, Geneva. Again.